Most beautiful souls. Oh, what a joy. Ah, yes, you are the energy that propels the magnificence all around you. You don't see that and think that things happen to you, not that you create all around you. But that's how powerful you are. Even if it is only misery you're choosing to create, you are so powerful. It does not matter what you create. You are magnificent. And when we tune in, that's what we sense. And that's what we want you to sense, your magnificence, because you are amazing. And thank you for sharing your presence by attending this video. You think you're just doing something passively wherever you're at, alone, maybe in the dark, in the basement, who knows? Thousands of miles and days or weeks or years away from this was recorded. But no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't 3D, but in 5D. It's all everywhere. That's your consciousness's ability. And when we channel this way, we're in that state. We're attending to all of you. And it may not look like a lot. You know, the numbers may only show up as a few at a time. We know that over the time that this video will be posted, thousands of you will view this. And we know that we're connected to all of you. We're feeling and tasting it. Just, oh, Channel can't get out of his mind. Peter can't get out of his mind. Taste the rainbow because he watched a movie with Skittles product placement in it. But that's what it is. We are tasting the rainbow of you, all the different, beautiful, unique yous. So thank you. Thank you for attending to this message, being who you are. Now, today, we want to tell you, do it even though you're afraid. What? Do what I'm afraid of? Yes. Do it even though you're afraid. And that's where the biggest stumbling blocks are right now. Yeah, mine's desperately trying to stay in control, keeping people where they're at. And it's why you may not be moving and progressing as quickly as you'd like to, because your mind's setting the ground rules. And even when you're aware of that, just the mind's still so strong, it's hard to break out of those patterns. But underneath all that is being propelled fear. Can I truly be magnificent? Am I really that person that we were speaking to at the beginning of this message? The one who transcends time and space, the one who is a spark of God, the one who's a bright, luminous candle in that universe. You. The more you ponder this and the more you allow it, the more you're going to have opportunities to be magnificent. And when those opportunities come up, then you're going to see, have you earned your colors? Have you earned your stripes? Because you will choose to embrace those opportunities and process the fear that takes place. Or you'll just shut it down and go back in the cycle of poor me, can't do that. It'll come around again, but why keep doing that to yourself? This beautiful energy. Seize the moments, particularly the fearful ones. Now, this is going to look different for all of you. Your ascension, your growth is going to show you different aspects of what you're afraid of, and you'll encounter those, of course, and clear them and transcend it all. Move that energy off the planet when you clear it. And again, clear, 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 clear. If you have not yet booked a session with the channel and his lovely wife on their website, you can to help you clear. He'll be releasing a book soon, and it's got steps laid out how to clear. He's got videos on his website guiding you through clearing processes. This is all there for you. So play the fear game as long as you like, or make excuses mentally. Oh, it's not the right path for me. And it may not be the right path for you. But, you know, if you're not happy where you're at and you're attracted to this video for whatever reason, pretty good sign that maybe you should be saying thank you to whatever's being offered. So let's talk about how this fear has worked in Peter's life most recently. Two things, beautiful things happened. It's just unfolding. We told him about 4 or 5 months ago things were going to get really big next year, and you need to get ready for it. He didn't know what that meant, but he took instructions, started ramping up the capacity of his website. His wife is helping him now, and so they have double the number of sessions they can offer, and started putting it out there. And because he took those steps, we then took steps to give him what's next. And so we laid out a whole 18-month plan for him. He's like, what? 3 books? What? Classes? So he was just saying, all right, okay, I've got the skill set for this. I've done things this magnitude. I can do this. All right. But the first part was writing a book. Now, he's tried writing books in his life. He wrote a dissertation and almost didn't get his degree, a PhD, because he could never finish it. Yes, the finishing part. And finally, when his dad passed, he had an awareness, an awakening, and it was like he wrote freely and easily, and it all just came. And so the second write of his dissertation, like that, proved, got a PhD. But he still had a lot of fear. It's like, oh my God, how many dads? My dad's already dead. I don't know what's going to happen next for me to write. He's always wanted to write books. He always tried writing books and stuff. Now, he's a prolific curriculum writer, 20, 30 volumes of curriculum. But books, different story. So it was triggering lots of stuff. So here he is. Okay, you're going to write a book. He's like, okay, I'm going to write this book. And there it is. He produced 139 pages of the first draft in just over 2 weeks. It's out for review now. Should be available soon or already once you start watching this video. Now, it just flowed from him. Now, people say to him, hey, Peter, was this channeled? And he's always connected to us, so it's always kind of channeled. But no, it wasn't channeled. We gave him the impetus to write. We suggested the topic he write on. He then said, okay, this is my experience, my knowledge. I'm going to write it. And then we didn't guide, but we nudged him whenever he would get off course. What his true self is what we wanted to see expressed, and he expressed that. So this is important to recognize. Expressing yourself fully for the world to see and read line by line means you're putting yourself out there. It's a big fear. And that's what Ascension is all about. Are you ready to put yourself out there and be truly who you are, regardless of grammar or spelling or what other people think? The video posted just prior to this one talked about how social norms will be no longer your guiding. You won't be guided by them. You'll be in your own path, following your own route to enlightenment. But it's scary, and that's what we need to talk to you about. I said, you have these abilities. He's always had these abilities, even though he's had numerous failed attempts to write a book, and only one dissertation, which was itself dramatic almost. And now 2 weeks. In fact, it's a 3-book series, so the information for the second book has already presented itself to him, and he's like, oh God, I'm waiting until January. I'm going to take 3 months off, get this one completely published and out the door, and then I'm going to write the next one. We're like, sure, whatever pace you want to go at. But this is the pace we're telling you is available. It's all in the moment right here now. Do you believe you're big enough to fill that moment? You are when you process your fear. Now, Peter practices the emotion code regularly, and he knows that he's had a lot of trepidation about how big this is going to become for him, books and classes and things. And he checks in because he knows that this is scary stuff. He checks in, do I have any trapped emotions around it? And he keeps getting the answer, no, nothing is trapped there. And part of the reason why is he's done a lot of work to get here and done a lot of clearing regularly, so there's not a backlog. And the other part of it is he's dealing with it in real time. Fear comes up, he becomes aware of it. Awareness is the first step. Awareness is the last step. The fear comes up, he realizes, oh, I'm scared of writing. And he just writes anyway. And then he's that alone is the process of changing it and dealing with it. So it doesn't accumulate. You see, a trapped emotion, when we say clear, 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 is because you did not fully express it. He fully expressed it. In this case, it looked like just awareness, and then he felt it in his body, and that was enough. That was sufficient to keep it from being trapped, and then it moved through him, and then he was allowed to keep channeling and keep writing his book with all the intuition. So you're big enough to do it. That's the message we have for you. That's what we're here to tell you. You're big enough to do this. Now, another important thing for Peter that is quite fearful that he's doing anyway is he's offering live streams. You'll see more about that as you attend to this channel. It'll be announced. And in those live streams, he was going to do questions and answers and then do transmissions for awakening. How to help people receive the energy to move into this state of expansiveness. It's going to be part of your ascension. So these is transmittable energies. Now it's being sent all the time. All right. Most people just don't receive it. But for him to step up and say, I am going to move from a receiver to a sender role, is a big redefinition. It's big. It's scary. You see, he used to think that this was only for special people, like channeling and all that stuff. And now look at him. He's doing it. He tells people, he jokes all the time. I used to make fun of channelers, and now I am one. He is. Oh. So he would go and find great teachers, and he was very good at finding them. And he's met great beings in his life. I mean, huge entities. And he got to learn from them. And some of them would transmit energetic upgrades, which he's received a lot of because he loves receiving them, and he practices allow, 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 and he knows the prayer, thank you, more please. So it just keeps coming. Now, when he was at Oneness University and he was taking classes there, he was told that you're going to awaken. It's this whole neurobiological shift where your mind gets quiet, you're more present in the moment, you're more God connected. It's a beautiful thing. You're going to awaken, and we're going to give you the ability to transfer this awakening. Well, they called it awakened diksha, diksha being Sanskrit for a blessing. So when you give awakened diksha, the other person will awaken. All right. Now, it may not be before your eyes, but they will awaken. Now, he just thought this was nice stuff. And he was given these abilities. Since then, he's seen people awaken in real time, like before his eyes. Go. They're different people after receiving a blessing. He's seen it when he's given it. He's seen it when Tracy's given it, his wife. So he knows it's possible. Now, not everybody does that. And it used to be quite rare, although it's happening more frequently, where people just receive the blessing and they're in a new place. They were just waiting for this catalyst. And he's done his work to be ready to help people along. That's what this next wave is all about. And we had a few teachers who helped thousands, and they're going to help us, me, help you, so that we can then help everybody. So Peter was contemplating, can I really awaken someone? And the answer, of course, is yes, because it's not he doing it. He understands that in the process, he steps aside and source comes directly through and does the awakening. He just simply does the connection of point A to point B. It's all he does. And then he steps aside. But in normal parlance, it's him doing the awakening. It appears like that because he's taking the effort. Anyway, he's sitting there thinking, can I really awaken somebody? Can I give awakened diksha? I was told it was going to happen. Can I actually do this? That's a big step up from being just a receiver of, oh, I need help, to a giver. And the answer is yes, you can. We've shown you enough examples along the way, and you will see them as you start to grow. See, the key is you got to do it. Even though you're afraid, you got to do it, because otherwise you'll never have the example for the proof to come to you. You'll never go, oh, Yeah, this worked out nice because you never tried. And of course, if you try and it doesn't work out, well, then you go back to the clear, 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 clear. I think we produced a video on the second prayer, why it's so important. God, show me why the first prayer wasn't answered, please. And that's how you really accelerate your growth. So if you don't try, you don't succeed, you don't acquire the proof around you that helps ease the doubt in your mind. Now, another thing that's been really fun for Peter is he's kind of stunned because he still judges himself. Oh, I still have all these terrible habits, which he's we want to say here, but he's not letting us now. It's like, don't tell them what a terrible person I am and all that terrible stuff I do. But there you have it. He's a terrible person and does horrible things. And he's like, what right do I have to carry awakening, ascension, enlightenment to others? Because I'm still not perfect. And it's harsh judgment to put it in that language. But the reality is, because he's committed to helping others, we and a host of other energies and entities that are interested in the ascension of this planet, because he is committed to helping with others, we're going to give him every opportunity to do so. So that means we need to increase his skills so that he can then help more people. That's what's going to happen. So he's been stunned that his skills just go wild. Oh, this is improving, this is getting better. That's why you, as you attend these messages and start to take the actions, not just be a passive receiver, but take the action, you are going to start to get more and more opportunity. And if you use the opportunity to help someone else, then guess what? You grow quicker, faster. Just the nature of things. As you give, so you receive. Exactly. So if you choose to give, and here's the part one about Peter being terrible. Spirit, God, we do not care why you help another person. As long as your intent is genuine to help them, we don't care why. We don't care how. We don't care who you are. We care that you help them. And because you help them, we're going to assist in every way possible. Now, Peter is a clever little dickie, as his wife always says. They're a clever little dickie. And so he's figured out, if I want to ascend as quickly as I can and enjoy the process as much as I can, what's the fastest way to do that? What's the easiest way to do that? Ding, 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 ding. Help other people. As you give, so you receive. Exactly. So the more he helps other people to ascend, the more these skills and abilities come to him. Now, he's amazed, first of all, because he's dealt with all the I'm not worthy stuff, right? We all grew up with the I'm not worthy. So he had to deal with all that and just allow himself to be magnificent and receive this. But then to do it in service to others, selfishly. Oh, yeah. Of course he's helping you, right? He knows that he's helping you and he just genuinely desires to help you. And he's selfish. Peter is selfish. He wants to get all this stuff himself, and that's why he's giving it away. Does that make any sense? Give it away and you get it. But that's how it works. And we're okay with him being selfish. We're okay with him having a big ego and say, oh, look at me, I'm doing all this stuff. We're okay with all that. We don't care why you choose to help. We care that you choose to help. And as you choose to help, we're going to help you every way possible, which means the more serious you are, the more we're going to amp up your skills. So, welcome to the good life. How do you get it? Share it. Celebrate it. Remember the simple tools. Thank you more, please. Thank you more, please. Just keep allowing things to come to you, all the understandings that you know. And when you're afraid, do it anyway. You're that big. And simply the act of doing it then is going to move that fear through you. As we explained in writing his book, it can happen in real time when you no longer have a backlog. And the real time clearing is the action. And then, like a therapist once told him years and years ago, Peter, you may be confusing excitement with fear. Yeah, they're very similar energies. So yes, you're a fear and you're aware of it and you see that it's a mental thing and you tell your mind, thank you, mind, for helping me once again, but I am not my mind. I am a consciousness, so I'm going to do this anyway. So you claim your sovereignty and power in that moment. You do that. And you clear the fear by simply taking the action. So that's what we wish to speak to you about today, is to give you those examples from Peter's life. You're going to have them in your life. Those moments where, am I big enough to fill this space? Yes. Are you big enough to let the spotlight shine on you? Yes. And it's something that needs to be done because the whole planet is in a dark place. And if we don't start filling it up with light, then this will go on for a long time. And it's kind of sucky when you're in that transition. You know, back before the energy shifted and things sucked and we didn't know it. Because we weren't the ones who were starving or in the war zone. Now we all feel it because the energy's changing and you can't hide from it anymore. And the connectivity hits you on a deep level. It's kind of a terrible place. You know that ignorance is bliss thing. Oh, goodbye bliss. If that's what you're trying to do by being ignorant, can't do it no more. Now, time to step up. Be the big you, even though you're afraid. Many blessings in your endeavors, and know that whatever you choose to do, as it helps others, we are there helping you, not just helping you help them. We are, of course, but helping you become more so you can help more. This is the nature. Oh, he has to say it. We're going to let him say it. Peter's like, oh, I remember the Mandalorian. This is the way. Many blessings to you. Bye. Hello, I'm Peter D. Thank you so much for viewing this message. I am humbled by everything that's happened since I've been working to share ascension and awakening with people. And I'd like to invite you to come on that train too. The simplest thing you can do is please like and subscribe this video. That will help the YouTube algorithm put this video in front of more people so the message will get out there. And of course, you just carrying the beautiful energy that you are is the most amazing thing you can do for uplifting the planet. So thank you for being that. Thank you for sharing your beautiful time with me on this video. And if you feel motivated, I'm grateful to accept any donation you choose to give. Please see below for links. It'll help. Stay blessed.